Hi guys, and welcome back to our podcast. As y'all know, this is Five Cups of Tea. My name is Jacob, aka Royal T. I am also joined here today once again by Batty T,
Hey guys.
Bigelow T,
What's up, y'all?
Dom T,
Was goody.
and Big Daddy T. All right, so today, being as though this is our third podcast, and we really want to get more in depth with the situations that we speak about, but we also want to keep it like kind of like we don't want it to be dark and gloomy or politics all the time. We want to speak about stuff that goes on in our everyday lives as well. So, with that being said, we're going to speak about something that has widely affected all five of us, along with whoever is watching this video. It has affected you. I can promise you that. So, we're going to speak about quarantine and the lockdowns and the everything that's been going on in the past. I don't even know how long, like 8, 9 months, 10. Too long. We just gonna say that. So
About like 6 or 7 months.
No, it's been like 8.
No, 6 or 7.
it started in March.
In
We got out of school March 13th. I specifically remember that for some reason.
9 months.
No, it was before Easter break.
It was
March 13th.
March 13th.
Oh, hell.
Have y'all counting the fucking days?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So, with that being said, for 9 months, we've been in quarantine, and a lot of things have changed. A lot of things have gone on in our personal lives and everybody's personal lives. Congratulations, Biden and Kamala. How do y'all say her name?
I call her Kamala.
Kamala.
I would forever
It's
call her
Kamala.
Kamala. I don't give no.
It's
It's
Kamala.
I love you,
Kamala.
Kamala.
It's
was
Kamala.
hashtag
It's
And I
Kamala.
Kamala.
feel bad because I read an
Kamala.
article where she said, if you don't know how to pronounce her
Kamala.
name, that's just childish. I was like,
It's Kamala. I mean, there's different ways you can say anybody's name.
Did you say Kamama?
It's Kamala. Her name's Kamala.
Yeah, it's Kamala.
I will call her Kamala.
Wow.
All right, so congratulations to them too. They are president and vice president-elect, with her being the first ever Black female.
That's on period.
Or
And
female,
first
period.
Indian descent.
Oh, her. I ain't even know all that.
And
But yeah,
first
to be
AKA.
vice president. Oh, okay. Now you're just going into her background.
That's the story.
So yeah, we're gonna speak about quarantine. One thing we really want to hit on was relationships in quarantine. So I'm gonna pass this one over to Miss Bigelow T so she can get our conversation started. Miss Bigelow.
So the question or thing on everybody's mind is like, how can you have a successful, stable relationship during quarantine? I know I tried it. It did not work. It did not work. You would think that over the quarantine you would have time to like get to intellectually know somebody and get to know them without having like physical contact. But it's kind of like it's hard when you're the only person that wants to be intellectually involved with someone and they're just in it for physical attraction. So it's tough. It's really tough having a relationship, and I feel like Batty T can relate to me on this one as well. The whole day and during quarantine is very tough and very hard. So what do you
Dom
have to
T
say
can
about that?
too.
Oh yeah, Dom T too.
Yeah, I had a relationship during quarantine. It did not work. Didn't work out at all.
No meow.
It was going good at first, everything was cool, but then it just started going downhill because you can't really go out and do things. You can't really even though my parents said that, that person could come over, but we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, you can't go out and do things. You can't go on dates, especially at the time where I had my relationship. It was at the beginning of quarantine. So it was everything was heavy and everything was closed. Nothing was open. So you couldn't really do anything. So it was really hard. But yeah, now your girl is single, but she's happy. So it's just, I don't know. I really don't know how you could have a relationship during quarantine unless
your family, your parents are not strict or I don't get it because I feel like it started at home first. Unless your parents are more lenient, I don't know how y'all can have relationships. Shout out to all
in one
stable,
relationship.
shout out to all the stable couples out here that's doing it that's still going strong during this quarantine because
Shout out to all the quarantine babies.
Yeah, my baby dropping soon. It's been 9 months. It's time. Baby dropping soon. Wait on it.
Okay, so y'all both been in one relationship this whole quarantine, right? CC, what about you? I'm sorry, Big Daddy T.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry.
Relationship.
Actually, no, we're gonna come back to you, Big Daddy.
Oh.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pass the torch over to Dom. Let's go, Dom T. Let's talk about it.
So my experience with dating in quarantine.
First, how many was it? How many of them has it been? Dom, dead. Dead as a cockroach.
About 3.
I guess. 3's company 2.
Yeah.
As you should.
3.
As you should.
And quarantine.
And the one thing about it is you have to have communication.
Yes.
Put that at bold.
Okay. So you say that. Dom, what's your relationship status at the current moment?
Single AF.
So what happened?
Emphasize AF.
What about the communication?
I was on the page of communicating, but she wasn't.
Okay.
She wouldn't communicate. See, she wouldn't communicate to me, but she'll communicate to her friend. And then tell it to my brother.
So how is the friend connected to all of this?
I don't know.
You know.
Stop being messy.
I can totally relate to
the
that.
friend is connected to it because my brother's talking to her.
Are you talking about the one that was in our current last episode?
Shut the hell up.
Stop. He wasn't in our last episode. We stopped recording when it all went down.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest. Never mind. Let me not.
I'm joking. Let me stop. Dom, you can cut that out if you want.
And make a baby together.
I'm not gonna lie, over this quarantine, a lot of people have been giving a lot of weak excuses as to why they breaking up with somebody.
No, actually, no. Because quarantine teaches you a lot about yourself.
Yep.
And you think that you have the time.
It really does.
And you think that you're in the right state of mind to be so wanting to entertain somebody. And then once it gets too deep, I mean, you're in quarantine, your mind is not moving. So when you're sitting here, you're stuck on this one person, and like they're all that's feeding your mind. They're all that's feeding your happiness. You just kind of throw it off because it's too much. Quarantine has definitely shut a lot of people down. And I think some people are so selfish and bored to the fact where they want to push that on other people. Now, I think it's stingy when you put yourself to someone and you dip on them. Because now they just sat here and they try to depend on you.
I guess it depends on the situation because
I mean, but I agree with you, CC. Like, it's like during quarantine, it's like you have nothing to do. So I know myself, I'm usually in my room a lot. If I'm not at practice or like working with my dad, I'm in my room by myself. So like it gives you time to think about your life, think about what you're gonna do, think about like it's just you by yourself in your mind. So it's like maybe people get into situations where they thought they were ready, but they weren't ready. But it's also like if you can't just dip out on somebody. Like you said, you can't just, if you're in a relationship, like you have to communicate and tell them what's going on in your mind. You can't just out the blue be like, oh, I don't want to be with you no more because that other person is like, I thought we were good. They depended on you, like you was making them happy and all this stuff. So you can't just dip out on them because then it's not just, you're affecting somebody else at that point. Like you're hurting somebody.
And then, like, in certain situations, there could be situations where someone breaks up with you because you want to spend your time with other loving people in your life, and they blame it on those loving people, and then you go to them loving people to vent to them. So, like, it's like childish excuses like that, like, oh, you couldn't split your time and all that. But I feel as though the same people that you broke up with me, like, you run to them and tell them, like, you love me, you want me back. So it's like, I guess, like, CC, I mean, Big Daddy T, I do agree with you. But it also depends on like the situation and the type of excuse, because there are like excuses like that I guess they try to like give you like a small reason when it's like a bigger reason.
Why is that bad?
Huh?
Why would me giving a small reason to my bigger reason be bad? Sometimes I feel like
Like instead of being honest, you use a
Right.
that has nothing to do with
I
it.
think at the end of the day, a breakup is a breakup. So I feel like if it's easier and if it would definitely help the person better, than to go with the most easiest excuse that you can get, so that you cannot hurt someone. Like for example,
but I just feel, I understand what you're saying, Big Daddy T, but at the same time, it's like you're giving me this little giving me this little small excuse that's like, and me personally, I'm the type of person, I know when you're not telling me the whole truth. So it's like you're telling me this little whack truth, and then you're breaking up with me at the same time. So it's like,
I was about to say, regardless
now I'm gonna be hurt that we broke
anyway.
up, and then at the same time, now all I'm thinking about is, oh, what was the actual reason? What did I do wrong, or what was actually going on? So it's like that's still the only thing on my mind.
Yeah, like I get what you're saying, but it's like, yeah, like we're breaking up anyway. Like you just pointed out, like the whole point of behind it is a breakup. So just lay it all out. Don't like half-ass it basically.
That's a big thing for me. Don't sugarcoat nothing. Like I'm the most like understanding and forgiving person. So I feel as though if you're lying to me or sugarcoating stuff, I don't agree with that. Like I don't understand why you would ever do that, because at the end of the day, I might be mad, I might be sad, but give me like a couple weeks and I'll be back. Like I'll bounce back. Like there's no reason for you to lie to me or try to like make things easier for me. I got me. Worry about you. I got me.
Period.
So like I agree with CC in some cases, but just sugarcoating stuff and trying to make things easier, I don't think that's just the right thing to do. I feel as though you should be open and honest with your real reason of why you're breaking up with somebody, because
leave me anyway.
If they find out later on, it's gonna hurt them way worse than what you would have told them in the beginning.
If I find out later on that you lied to me, it's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt me, because I'm gonna come back to you and I'm gonna just want to rain all hell down on you.
I did that.
As you should.
And that also just goes into like like what Dom T said. It just goes into communicating, like being in a relationship, especially in times like this where it's like that's all you can do, because it's not like y'all can be out together and just enjoy y'all presence. It's like now all we can do is text and like call or FaceTime or whatever. It's like that's literally communicating, instead of me going on like a little outdoor date with you and we're just enjoying each other's presence. Like it's two totally different things now. So it just all ties back to communication.
And maturity.
So, yeah, that too. Yeah. I feel maturity. I don't know if it was me, but like the little entanglement thingies I was in this quarantine, it wasn't maturity. It was like we said, it was communication. And literally nothing bad happened. I just don't communicate. Like I just stopped texting people. So I was literally I spoke. So this quarantine I have spoken to 4 different people, and we all stopped talking. Like it was nothing bad that happened. It was no excuses. I just stopped texting the people. So it all just ties back to communication. You gotta always have the communication skills.
It happens.
It definitely does. 4 times in 9 months.
I mean, sometimes you just don't connect with people, so you just don't text.
Honestly, and that's a good thing. Batty T, connection as well, because like so I'm gonna just be completely honest. One of the ones I was speaking to, actually 2 of them, I feel like I was just pushing myself into a relationship instead of actually mentally, physically, and emotionally wanting that relationship. It was just, oh, here's somebody who wants me. Your bitch is single, so I'm gonna just hop into it. So it was like, but like the whole time I was speaking to that person, oh shoot. Oh no, I counted him. Okay. The whole time I was in those relationships, little talking phases or whatever it was, I knew it was like, I don't really like this person. Like, I like the conversations we have. I like the communication we have or had, but it's like I wasn't mentally attracted. Yeah, I wasn't mentally attracted to you. And that's mainly on my part. It has nothing to do with that person. Honestly, I'm gonna just say it was all four of them. I didn't want to speak to none of them, but I did it just because I knew they were there and I could. So, I mean, I guess I had communication at one point.
I totally agree with Jacob. My past relationship, I was pushed into it, and I was single, and they just wanted to put somebody with me. I wasn't there mentally. Like,
That's peer pressure.
Yeah, it is. And I wasn't there mentally at all, but she wanted me, but I didn't really want a relationship because I never had a connection.
And now that I actually spoke my truth, I'm sorry, Dom, to cut you off, but now that I actually spoke my truth and said that, like, I wasn't mentally into any of them, just in case y'all watch this, it has nothing to do with y'all, and I do completely apologize, because but it was mainly me and focusing on myself, so I apologize for that.
I'm about to say, I think we could all look back on our situations and just be like, no hard feelings, but we know now what not to do. Like, we know what to look out for and how to move.
No. I personally don't feel like I did anything wrong.
I don't.
I know wrong.
No, but for real.
Nobody said y'all did anything wrong.
No, I know, I understand that. But like, I feel as though like I can look back and be like, oh, I'm not gonna do this again.
It's not cool.
But it's not myself. Like, I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna look back and be like, oh, I'm not gonna do something. It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. I literally was the best girlfriend I could be at the time.
At least you were in a good state of mind at that moment. And I'm kind of upset at this person because
I was actually in a good position. Like,
so for y'all who don't know, like, we're all, like, all five of us are very close. But me, Baddie T, and Bigelow T, we literally spoke, especially for like the first half of quarantine. We literally spoke like every night. We got on FaceTime and was up until like 3 a.m. every night.
Every day.
So it's like me, Baddie T, and Bigelow T, we got real close and we were able to, like, we could tell the state of mind that person was in. And at that moment in that relationship that Baddie T is talking about, she was at a very good place, and that person
literally destroyed me. But we were not talking about that. But yeah, I feel as though I'm not gonna look back and be like, I gotta change something, because I didn't do anything wrong. Like, I don't think I did anything wrong. The relationship was basically, I got broken up with. So the relationship was basically, we couldn't see each other. All right, what you want me to do? We in quarantine. Okay, whatever. Then later on, I found out it was a whole different situation, whole different reason, which was immature. It was some bull crap because I couldn't control that. Like, I couldn't control what the situation was. Like, I can't control everything.
I feel like, honestly, he was just trying to make it seem like it was your fault and it was on you, knowing that it was something else that was catching his attention.
And it took me a minute to realize that it wasn't me. Like, I couldn't control, like, his reasoning of why he wanted to break up with me. I couldn't control that. So it took me a minute. I mean, yeah, I was a little sad for a little bit, but I mean, it is what it, at this point, it is what it is. Like, I can't.
Yeah. And it just sucks because, like, we were both asked out at the same time, same day.
Oh my God.
Same arrangement.
We literally got
broken. We all dated, like, we were all in relationships for like 3 months. And like, it was like.
Hey, I was in my bag.
Speaking of that.
Always.
Bigelow T, can we please talk about your ex? And we don't got to speak directly about him, but as they just said, so back on the same day, because we got on FaceTime that night, and they both told me that they were in a relationship, and I was kind of discombobulated. But they got asked out on the same, proposed to on the same day, and then they got broken up with. Was it the same day or the same week?
No, I got broken up with, like, let's say I got broken up with on Tuesday. She got broken up with on Wednesday.
Okay, yeah. So, like, within 48 hours. It was the lack of interest and the lack of self-esteem and the lack of communication and the lack of balls that this man had. And Bigelow T,
I'm gonna speak
I
on it
mean,
without
no
getting.
disrespect to you,
I'm gonna speak
but
on it without getting like.
you were sorely mistaken to get in a relationship with that man.
I'm gonna talk about it without getting emotional because it gets like a little frustrating sometimes. But it's like,
As it should, because it was.
Okay.
leading up to our relationship, we were just so close. Like we couldn't keep our hands off each other. We could not stop talking to each other. So it's like you don't know somebody until you start dating them, and it's like
I could have told you.
the things you think you know about that person, you don't really know it until it happens to you. It was like so many like mistakes and problems after the next and after the next.
I mean, I just feel like sometimes the red flags turn green when you don't want to listen to your friends. Then
Yeah.
that wasn't shade towards you, by the way. I'm saying like in general, we all be having like them big old red flags. But oh, never mind, colorblind.
Yeah.
You said color who? We don't know her.
Listen,
I'm just the type of person that just sees the good in somebody, even though like they just doing me wrong. And I think that's what always gets me hurting. And I have a very good heart, and I take more than I could really take, if you get what I'm saying. And it didn't get stuck. It just now started sinking in that I got cheated on. So it was just like things were not starting to click to me until after we broke up. Like, and it was just getting frustrating because he would go to my friends, tell my friends like how he really felt about me, and then it would just be crazy because you broke up with me, want me back, and then just to tell me that you don't want to get back together. It was just too much going on. Like, it was very toxic. Like, he already had like a reputation up on him, and as a friend, I looked at it like, dang, I never want to be in that spot, and I put myself in that spot because I saw a different side of him. But it was just like, I never knew what type of person I was going to get that day. Like a loving one, a person that's just going to brush me off. Was I going to be the girlfriend or the homie one day? Like, I just didn't know. Like, he hid me from like the world. It just felt like he just didn't really love me. And it
showed.
It really,
Yeah.
like, it was mentally draining, mentally abusive, just like verbally. I didn't like being there. I hated it there. And I tried to stick to it, but I just could not do it. And then when you just start finding out more stuff that they done after the fact, it's kind of like, dang, like,
girl, preach. What you talking about?
because it's just like I've seen like a lot of like past friendships. My friends get cheated on. Being cheated on is not a good feeling, and I don't condone cheating. I feel like I would have handled it different, like if I found out right then and there, like what was going on. But then like it's like he hid it so well, and then he lied too good. If you get what I'm saying, like the story just seemed perfect. But then after the fact, it's like, dang, like, it's not a good feeling.
Bigelow T. So the story. So you just said the story seemed too perfect. I'm gonna say that the story was missing hella chapters, but to you it was perfect because of the simple fact that's all you wanted to see were the chapters that were still there. But so for y'all who do not know, well, y'all should know because I spoke about it already. I am a homosexual male, and it is very hard for me to trust heterosexual males. And I have spoken about this to them multiple times, and I don't make friends with them very easily because of the simple fact it's hard for me to trust them. And I always kind of saw, like, so basically it was me seeing all the bad in Bigelow T's boyfriend and her seeing all the good. So it was like I never really trusted him. And she had all the trust and faith that she could have in him, which is what really hurt her in the end. And I'm not saying she was wrong for it because that's who she wanted to be with. And of course, being her friend, I wanted her to be happy. And I always told her that. Like, I would tell her how I felt about that, how I felt about him. And I would tell her that regardless of how I feel, if he's who makes you happy, be with him. But just know I will be here for you when he hurts you because it's bound to happen. So,
And I most definitely learned from it. I mean, like this quarantine has given us nothing but time to learn about ourselves. Like Big Daddy T was saying earlier in the conversation, it gave us nothing but time to learn about yourselves, others. Like over this quarantine, I grow close with all my podcast mates right here, and I really grown to love them, and they're my family. And I just learned so much. Like
I don't love her.
I just
Gucci,
like
you don't love me. Now let me stop.
I just really genuinely grown to love them and care for them like they're my family. So I just learned a lot about myself and the others around me, and I realized that if I could go back, I would do nothing different. Like I don't regret none of the time I had spent with my friends over my boyfriend. Like I don't regret it, because when I gave you time, you weren't there to take advantage of it. So no, I don't regret it. Like I learned that I'm a strong Black female, like,
Period.
and I was the best girlfriend I could be at that time. Like I'm not going to step out of my comfort zone and make me uncomfortable to make you comfortable. I'm not going to do that. So if you feel like I wasn't doing enough for you, leave. And you left, but with a lie.
Yeah.
You didn't leave with the truth. You left with a lie. So no, I would not do all this with my body and stuff to make you happy. I won't not do that.
To add on to that.
What?
I will.
If you deserve it, of course. But no, like I don't want to do that with somebody who mentally abused.
No, I agree. I agree.
And genuinely wasn't caring, loving for me or none of that. Like I'm not here for none of that.
To add on to that, I'm a person that's gonna say what I have to say.
Period.
And
That's my.
if it's not gonna work out, I'm gonna tell. It's not gonna work out. I'm not just gonna leave. I'm gonna tell you, I'm sorry. It's not gonna work out. Whatever. Explain myself.
Mm-hmm.
And if something happened,
I ain't gotta explain shit to you. Keep it moving.
I just don't want to hurt their feelings.
I could say that, like, because with Dom, I've known Dom since, like, freaking 4th, 5th grade. Dom is very blunt. Very, very blunt. So if a female ever comes to me and it's like, oh, he's not telling me the truth, this, that, I would be like, girl, you're lying, because Dom
He's
is
giving you the whole truth. You just don't want to accept it.
Yeah, you just don't want it. It's just hurting your feelings. Like, no. You can never
Like with the past relationship, she be having trust issues. I tell her the truth. She said, okay. Knowing she's saying
Okay.
I'm lying. And I said, okay, I swear to God, I'm not lying.
Okay.
She said, I don't care. I know you're lying.
Oh my God, why y'all conversations sound so dry? You're lying.
No,
I'm
and
not
then she
lying.
said, for
You are
example,
lying.
she was like, no,
I don't care.
She was like, for example, I got spies that's saying like you got hoes or whatever. I was like,
Tell your spies to get out my
If
DM.
you have to have spies, then you don't trust me. So we
like
should,
I said to her, like I said to y'all too. Y'all spies not doing too good.
I'm dead. He was like, y'all spies not doing a good job.
So hire some new ones. I'm dead.
Yeah,
I'm dead.
because I haven't talked to nobody.
I'm a good spy. Miss Bigelow T, how did I do?
Yeah. Very good.
A1 per.
I just
Period.
asked.
I highly recommend
Hey,
like
I just asked, I feel as though I don't need to look through your phone. I don't need to spy on you. I need to do none of that. I expect you, if I'm dating you, I expect you to be honest and upfront with me. That's it.
I just feel like, and here's my thing, right? I'm gonna ask you once, because you heard what I said. Ain't no lying with it. If I asked you, then I already
Period.
know. You gonna sit here and
Period.
lie for it.
When Big Daddy T's lip goes up, that's how you know it's done.
I watched you take the cookie. I asked you, you took the cookie? No, suck me off. We done. There's no go back and forth. Like, I'm
It's
not
usually like,
no. And then people do you wrong, and then they want to kill themselves.
Right. I don't get it. Then they
You
want to
was
play
living
victim.
happily.
Hold
You
on,
lived
hold on,
happily
hold on.
before this.
Can we bring it back?
I get what she's saying. Like you want her.
I get it, but
want
dang.
you want to hurt me, but you want to play.
No, but like, no, it sounds dramatic, but people who are toxic, they dead pull that every time.
Yeah.
Like when a female gets tired of them doing her wrong, she goes to leave, they're like, well, I'm gonna kill myself if you go. or I'm respectfully rest in peace. You're not going nowhere. Stop bluffing on my name. I'm not gonna do that. That's mad rude. I think lying, I think manipulating, it's so disrespectful and it's
Yeah.
so insensitive. And one thing about me is I'm not sensitive, so I don't care. If I'm out. What you gonna do? Force me here? I'm unhappy. I'm sad. Stink. There's more to move on to. Anyway.
Oh my God, I'm very sensitive. I care about people's feelings.
It depends. Once you have disrespected me, you can nothing else. And also, I don't like apologies. Don't say sorry because you did what you did. I was on your mind as you did it. So what are you saying sorry for now? Because I found out about it. You started me something to
You're
me.
saying sorry because you got caught. That's why you're saying sorry. You're not really sorry.
I'm the type to apologize for what I say. If I say it, I meant it. And that's the thing about me. I'm very
stubborn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm not stubborn. I would say more outspoken and true about my words. So, what?
I have feeling, but I'm just blunt.
I mean, I'm alive, but I'm dead.
I'm dead. I'm alive, but I'm dead. But yeah, I'm very like, when I say it, that's what I mean. And I have no reason or any need to take it back. So if I tell you like, oh, I don't want to be with you, it's as simple as that. Like, I shouldn't have to explain myself to you. It's because if I'm explaining myself to you, I'm going to tell you the dead truth. And as I said, communication is key. But if that communication is going to hurt you, don't push yourself to get hurt even worse. So if I say, oh, I don't think this is going to work out, or I don't want to be with you, or I'm not ready at the moment, or any type of something like that, don't question it, because I'm going to hurt your feelings, honestly, if I have to go into depth as to why I don't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So just take, oh, I'm not ready at the moment, and run with it. Go find the next bitch.
And I feel like we could all agree on the simple fact that I feel like we all have high standards, like, and we have high expectations. And like what Batty T was saying, like, if I'm dating you, and I think that's like, gets me also hurt in the end too, because I don't go through phones or nothing. I feel like if I'm looking for it, I'm gonna find it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a known fact, and it's a known saying that if you go looking for something, you're gonna find it. So I'm just the type of person, I don't go through phones. Like, I'm not about to hover over you. I feel like I'm expecting you to, if there's something going on, bring it up to me. Say something. Like, I don't want to go looking for it and find it. I'm expecting you to be honest at all times. If you have feelings with somebody else, say it. Like, extracurricular activities you've been doing in the streets, bro, just say it. I don't want to look through messages, DMs. I don't want to do none of that. Just, we should be able to have that type of relationship bond or trust to the point where we can talk about anything.
I'm not going to say, so as you said, like, that we all have high expectations and high, what was the word? Standards. Yeah. I have very high standards, but I don't have very high expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And I only say that because of the simple fact, I've been in multiple relationships, but when it comes to the ones before the humans they don't count. Mm-hmm. Because of the simple fact, that's not who I wanted to be. So I've been with 3 males in an actual relationship. And 2 of them was in like a 3 months period. So those 2 don't really count. But one of them was literally from 5th grade and we broke up in 10th grade. So like a 5-year relationship. And I say I don't have very high expectations because of the simple fact he set them very low. Yeah. So so first off, I came out in 8th grade. So we broke up in 10th grade when I was in 10th grade. That's 2 years for us to have an open relationship. We never had an open relationship because of the simple fact he was still closeted and we could. So basically, we were in a relationship for 5 years and I couldn't tell anybody. Well, I could, but I decided not to for his sake and for his privacy or whatever. So literally, it was on and off and him just not reaching my expectations. So he kind of set my expectations very low. Yeah, so I broke up with him because of the simple fact he cheated on me. And that was that. So I only say that to say, like, my expectations are very low, but my standards are very high.
I mean, I about to say I should have just said I was speaking for myself because I feel like I've been with a lot of guys that have like lowered the standards, but I feel like my mom always told me like just because somebody's not meeting your needs, don't ever lower what you expect of them still. So I guess that's why I still say I have high standards. I just guess still waiting for that guy to meet my standards.
So Big Daddy T has to leave, unfortunately. So we'll see her later. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yikes! Y'all got big.
Big.
But back to our conversation. Daddy T, you said you had some more to say.
What was I?
Just talk. Just let us know.
I just feel as though. Okay, so I agree with what Jacob said. Like, my expectations are really low, but my standards are gonna remain high because I feel like I should be treated like a queen, and I should always be treated like a queen. But my expectations for guys right now is very low because I've had 4 relationships, not during the quarantine, but like ever. Well, high school. I have 4 relationships in high school, and I might sound like a little HOE, but I'm really not because I'm still a virgin.
It's
But
before.
like my first one, it was pretty good, I guess. It was like my first serious relationship, so I don't know really what to expect. But it was like we broke up. It was a lot going on, and we broke up. But then it also always came back on me. It just seems like every relationship I've been in, it always comes back on me. Which I can agree, like my 9th grade year, I was not mentally ready for nothing.
Ready. Yeah, no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
10th grade, I wasn't either. I wasn't. But I felt as though because I relied on people to give me happiness, I always jumped into a relationship. So yeah, that sucked really bad. And my 11th grade year, we don't even need to talk about him. He
Okay, but wait. Miss Batty T.
Yes.
So you're speaking about, so we're basically going by levels.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, wait, can I bring this up? Just give me a yes or no.
Yeah, go ahead.
I won't say no names, but one of them, I just basically want to know the process of this because I don't want people out here thinking like, oh, she just can't keep anybody. Mm-hmm. But if I'm not mistaken, didn't one of your relationships end because of the simple fact that person graduated?
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, so give us a little insight on that one.
Wait, you talking about 9th grade?
No. Oh, wait. No, yeah, I am talking about 9th grade.
Okay, so 9th grade.
No, did she? I thought she graduated when we was in 10th grade.
She did. But
I started in 9th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was actually my longest relationship. We were together for a year and a month, and it was a lot going on, like a lot. I don't want to put her business out there, but it was just a lot of family things on my end, and it was just like, it was a lot. But we stayed together, whatever. And she's 2 years older than me. So, we always had that. Well, I always had that thought in my mind, oh, you're about to go to college. Like, I feel as though you shouldn't be in a relationship when you're in college because you can't really experience everything. And unless your partner is okay with you experiencing things, going to parties and all that stuff, then cool for you, like, cool. But, like, I feel as though when you're in a relationship, you can't really experience a lot that you would if you were single. So that always in the back of my head. And plus I was young. Like, I was in a relationship and I was young. So I was already insecure and all this stuff. So I kind of like self-sabotage myself a little bit.
You was literally getting all your information from teen movies. And like, that's always one of the main things.
And I had like expectations. I thought it was going to be like this, it would be like this. And I really had to work and all this stuff. And I was not expecting it at all. So I can completely say I was not prepared for a whole relationship my 9th grade year. So when 10th grade came and we were still going out in the beginning, I couldn't do it. Like, I just didn't want to do it anymore. So I respectfully, broke up with her, and it was kind of being thrown in my face. Like, I didn't do it like I didn't do it out of spite. I didn't do nothing wrong. Like I just, told her what was up, and it was kind of thrown in my face. But I mean, we're cool now. I mean, I don't talk to her, but like if we were to speak, it's like we're cordial. But yeah, she was graduating. I didn't want to, hold her back. I didn't want to do none of that. And personally, I just didn't want to date nobody who was in college and I was still in high school. Had 2 more years of high school.
Right. I just feel for her to try to even throw that back in your face, that was childish on her part, knowing that she is a freshman in college and you are a sophomore in high school. Like I understand age ain't nothing but a number. Literally, Beyonce and Jay-Z, if I'm not mistaken, are 10 years apart.
I still gotta grow.
Right.
My life.
And then you can, I don't care what nobody says. You can have trust in somebody. You can carry the world's trust on your back. But if you're in a relationship and this person is literally never around you, like, for instance, with you and her, for you to be in high school and she's in college, what college she go to? You don't got to say all that. But, like, she's in a college that's, like, at least 2 hours away. That's always going to worry you, and that's always going to be something that you're worried about. You're literally, movies and TV shows make college out to be a sex pool, a drug pool, or the nerds. It's literally, you're always one of three categories. You're the one who's doing your work and actually doing the right thing in school. You're the one shooting up your arm, or you're the one at every party every night of every week.
Oh, that's that.
So regardless, trust is something that's going to be tested in a relationship such as that one. And I just feel for her to try to put the amount of trust, like, she had a lot of trust in you, and for you to have that same amount of trust in her at such a young age is just unrealistic.
Though, because but the thing is that she knew everybody at the school. So it was like I really couldn't do nothing. I mean, not saying I would if, she was in college. Like, I would never cheat or none of that. But it was like she had people to, like, watch me, I guess.
She had her spies.
Yeah, she was going somewhere. I didn't know nobody. And then, like, what if I want to go see her? I couldn't even go see her. How would I try to visit her in her dorm or whatever? Like, I couldn't do any of those things. Like, I didn't have no access to do any of that. So it was like I was blind in the situation. Like, I had to have all this faith and all this trust in her, but it's like you're in a whole other state at college. And I'm literally here. So I understand you have a whole bunch of trust in me because I'm around your friends who are younger than you and all this stuff. So they know I'm not going to do nothing. But how do I know that for you? Because I don't know nobody.
Right. There's just a lot of trust that's going to be tested. And sometimes at a young age, it's not meant to be tested yet.
I shouldn't have been going through that much stress and drama that young. Like, I didn't.
Right. And I want to say, for you people out there who are in long distance relationships and it's actually working,
kudos to you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Because
it's hard.
I don't know how y'all did it, but it didn't work for me. So the relationship I told you about a few minutes ago that lasted 5 years, we got together in 5th grade. I moved when I went to 7th grade. So we did long distance for 3 years. It was toxic. So if y'all are doing it and it's not toxic and it's working, I commend you.
I couldn't even do quarantine long distance, and they literally live 30 minutes away. Like,
I'm dead.
Do that.
That is a cockroach.
To really do that,
I ain't gonna mention my high school.
Now that you just spoke it up, go ahead.
This boy, I know everything.
Come on, you done say something now. You done got yourself into this.
Okay,
he wanted to talk about it, y'all.
He did.
He just needed an outlet into the conversation. Go ahead.
Okay, so my high school relationships were set up.
Bro, I be looking high when he squint his eyes.
But they were like set up. I liked them, and I went smack at them, and we talked for a while, and they just weren't it. because
The girls that you
oh
couldn't handle you. Like you a different breed. Not like,
man, they used to them
but like
niggas that disrespect
mentally,
them.
yeah.
They be used to disrespect, and when they met me, it's a different question.
So, Mr. Don T, aren't you a football player?
Basketball.
I'm basketball.
Oh, so you're a sports player.
A
Okay.
sports player.
Ath-
Athlete.
No, a sports player. He plays sports. The little what's the word? Not stigmatism. The
Stereotype.
stereotype of sports players.
I
Oh,
really
the F boy.
Yeah, is that y'all literally go around. Are you on varsity? Yeah, especially varsity. Y'all go around just breaking every little girl's heart. So
They
I
break
haven't
my
known
heart.
you, huh?
They break my heart.
I got me dead. That is a cockroach. But how is it being? Because I know when Annalise was in her little thing, we used to always talk about how he had all these other little girls after him as well. Was that ever the case for you?
No.
So it was always one girl and one girl only.
Yeah.
You took a little bit too long
That was
to
only
answer.
one time, and that was because she was blowing me and I started talking to somebody else. It was like when we had a break.
Like, my thing is that you're single though. Like I feel as though if I'm not talking to the person, if I haven't been talking to the person for like a good 2-3 months, then I'm gonna have my backups. Like I'm sorry. I need to
Man,
know that you're for real.
I
So
had to take time for myself because,
With another person.
yeah, because she was blowing me, so I had to take time. And she did some wild shit. So I was like, fuck it. So I'm going to talk to somebody else.
Mm.
She
Well,
talked
that's
to another
interesting.
nigga.
Miss Bigelow, so you've been real quiet over there. Would you like to add anything?
I'll just listen to their stories.
You don't have any stories to tell? You got some stories to tell.
Such as? I mean, no, just jog my memory, then I could, like, I'm pretty sure I could, like, elaborate on it.
Let's talk about, like, this year, the toxicity in the movie theaters and the... That's all I'm going to say.
So, before I got into a recent toxic relationship, I was in a toxic entanglement with someone. We weren't officially dating or anything. We were like, we became friends like within a week. Actually, we became super close within a week. We were calling each other best friends. Like it would just move. Everything moved fast.
Y'all good? That's cute.
Royalty had he had his radar already on.
Y'all already know.
He read the room real quick.
I be on it. Like if I will read somebody, I'm sorry y'all. And this gonna sound real creepy, but when I care about somebody a lot and they get into a relationship, I do my research.
Yeah. He read the room.
And I'm very known at our school, so I speak to people and I get to know this person outside of what they know that I know about them. But continue.
Yeah, so Royalty, he read the room like immediately, like, because we all had class together, first of all, like, we were all like that, the boy at the time, we were all in the same class and stuff. So, like, Royalty read the room. And I was just like, no, like, I need to stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. Because every time I do it, they really be like, making
Be the doubt.
Yes. So it was good until like we started getting closer. Like I said, you're not gonna know somebody until you like try to be on like a deeper level with them. You don't really know who they are. So this person, I'm not gonna put their business out there, but basically
Right.
just to sum it up, they just had a damaged upbringing in a past that I was the punching bag basically. If he got mad, like if he started having flashbacks about his past, he would start going off on me and like every day. It was just like a mentally abusive, like, entanglement relationship, whatever. It was kind of just like, just because you hurt, don't take it on with me because I don't treat you like those people treated you and all that. Like, he would just call me stupid, just like belittle me every day. Like, every chance he got, he just said the most disrespectful, demeaning things ever out his mouth. So
And
around
I
that
don't play
time,
that.
yeah, around that time, like, it was just very draining. Like, my friends got involved because he would like lie on me, like talk behind my back.
Yeah, I tried to see what's up with that boy, and he was trying to act like, oh,
Yes,
I
we
ain't
tried.
saying
Oh my
nothing.
God,
I
me and
most definitely
Annalise
went up there,
walked
and I
up
was
on.
like, I most definitely went up there. I was like, so you
Do
talking
I
about my
know
friend?
him?
He was like, no, I'm not talking about
You
her. If
might.
I'm gonna talk about her, then I would say to her, and I was like, well, clearly
Was this last year?
you're not doing
No,
that.
this was, well, yeah,
It was
11th
like
grade, yeah.
December. It was like November, December, like leading into January.
And me and Annalise don't play that. Like, me and Annalise care very much about Bigelow T.
Yeah,
So
that
when
was
we
her
heard this, we literally went up to him in the middle of the hallway while he was around all his friends and everything. Like, we were very serious about this. Like, is there an issue that can be solved here?
And mind you, I'm tiny. I really am. I'm like 5'3", and I pulled up with this boy, and I was like, "So, what was said about that?"
I'm the complete opposite. I'm a big bitch.
Like, I was the first one. I was in his face. I was like, "What's up?" And our friend Makai was there too, and he was like, "So you talking about my mans?" And I was like, "Makai, if you hit him, I'm gonna have to hit him one time, and then I'm gonna go because and I don't have time for that."
I got too much to lose at school, but when it comes to somebody I care about, I will risk it all. And like, so Baddie T had already went up to him, and I did not know. All I knew was Daria told me what happened, and I was furious. So I had ended up going up to him, and Sean was with me, and we confronted
I
him
pulled
again.
Sean's arm so fast. I said, Sean, don't get in there because Sean didn't know the whole story because he was just about to go cuss him out. I was like, Sean, before you know the whole story, I need to add that. I pulled him so fast. And I let Baddie T and Royalty, I let them handle it. I was like, Sean.
Cause and sure, I don't play that, and that goes for any of my friends. Like, if anything, I don't know how many times I've almost been into a fight because of my friends. Like, literally, I don't care. Don't
Girl, I tried to spit on
exactly. Trying to spit on one of my exes. I'm telling you,
we was walking in the hallway, bro, and I had Gatorade.
I'm the type of friend. If you don't ride or die for me, like, I'm a ride or die. Like, literally, I am a ride or die. If you go to jail and you call me, I'm gonna come and bail you out.
Yeah.
If you need to hide a body, I mean, you know, the FBI be watching, but you know, if you need me to hide a body,
it was just really bad. Like, because we was really good on my birthday. Like, we went out for my birthday and everything. It was like another situation I was in where I didn't know what like person I was gonna get, like the nice him or like the evil him. I refer to him as Satan because he is the devil.
Wasn't he a Gemini?
Yeah.
Satan with lice.
He's the definition of a.
He is the devil because I'm a Gemini too, but
she doesn't act like a Gemini. Like, he was giving me real, like, not gonna speak on all the Geminis, but him, like the type of Gemini he was giving me very, very much devilish, negative vibes. Like, and if Big
He was
Daddy
giving me very much meet my fist.
But if Big Daddy T was in the call, he like tried to lie on me to her, and even his friend like had to chime in, was like, "No, bro, y'all most definitely did that." And I was just like, "See, even your own man is trying to tell you like stop lying because it's not gonna."
Right, because they gotta realize like being in high school, stuff travels.
Yeah.
And when we found out that like they was talking, they little crap about you in their own little group chat, like. We know people, and we're gonna find out regardless of what was said.
Yeah, they made a group chat. They had a group chat. My name was floating around. I didn't like that.
No, and one thing I really didn't like is, okay, so I only knew this person because of Daria or Bigelow.
And he would compare me to her.
We had like a few conversations. Sometimes he would text me for like advice and stuff like that, which I was like, cool. Like, anybody need advice, you know, you can always text me out, you know, whatever. But he would go back to Bigelow, and he would be like comparing us to. He would be like, "Oh, you need to be more like."
Yeah, be more like Annalise. Deal with like, why can't you deal with this situation like Annalise would?
And I'm not, first of all, I'm not your friend.
It got creepy because
advice. Why didn't y'all tell me about this?
You weren't kind of you can.
I'm about to say at the moment, Ty was more there.
At that moment, I didn't even know you. I mean, I knew of you, but we
I was gonna say
we
at the
never
time we
even
really
spoke.
wasn't close down. I really like ran to like ties of brother, like more like on the brother side, and yeah.
You know now though.
What was I saying?
The situation.
But
That nigga is a bi.
it was creepy.
We
Like,
definitely go back to
I'm trying to tell
school.
you, it got really creepy. Like,
Girl, we ain't going back to school.
they barely talked.
I up
And
him.
it was like he was like, that's my sister and
It was
all
like
of
he's
that.
obsessed.
And when he just would bring her up, I'll be like, she don't know.
He would say Annalise was his sister.
Yeah, she was like, that's my sister. But then like turn around,
I
like
never called him my brother. Never. None of that.
Ooh.
we gonna tell you later. Like, but the stuff that would come out his mouth about her, I'd be like, it had me thinking like he had feelings for her. Like, it was just getting real creepy. So then when we stopped talking, like he blocked me on all social media. I was like, see, you're the problem though. You went to y'all group chat, talked about me.
I never liked him.
You would post subliminal stuff. My friends would go find what you post about me, and then they would come back and tell me what you said. So it's kind of like you were the problem. You were the damaged, toxic person that tried to beat me up every chance you got. Like, not physically, but mentally.
Imagine talking shit about somebody and not adding them. I will at you quick as hell if I'm talking shit about you. Huh?
So basically, at that point, like when I was dealing with him, my friend had died. It was just like too much going on. It was just too much going on. I was like, I can't deal with you like mentally draining me, and then I'm like, I have to grieve my friend. And it was just not good for me because I was just like mentally not stable, and I'm still not mentally stable. I feel like I'm better. I've grown from those situations, but it was like I left that toxic situation just to jump in another toxic relationship, and I should have just said no when that person asked me out because I was not mentally ready. Like I was mentally drained and wiped out. I should never say yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh hell no. To the no.
Bro.
But I mean, we all go through bad. It's like you have to go through something bad to learn what the good is.
It rains before you see a rainbow, sweetheart.
That's what I'm saying. I'm over this situation. It was just unfortunate that stuff like that happens to me because, like, I don't, like, when I like somebody or have, like, a deep liking for them, I want nothing but the best for them. Like, I want to see them, I want to see them at their best. I uplift them. I don't put them down. I don't judge them. I'm very understanding and patient, so I don't get why I get treated the way I do. But it all goes back to me being very kind and just letting stuff happen because I really don't speak on everything when I see it or notice it, which I'm learning to do because
I would just like to say we are working on that, guys. We're working on it.
I mean, we're not perfect either.
We're not at shit, not at all.
I mean, everybody goes through things. Everybody, child, that's a whole nother thing for a whole nother video.
That's a whole nother ballpark, y'all.
People go through
whole nother cup of tea.
It's just a lot of things, especially like at the age now where it's like everything's so different. It's like I feel as though we have to go through a lot more things than what our parents had to go through back then.
Yeah.
Ooh, y'all, we're gonna talk about that next. Not this video, but next video. We're gonna talk about that next.
Go through a lot of things. And sometimes it frustrates me because like parents, you know, they'll be like, oh, you shouldn't be depressed or this or that because you're a child, you don't have like stress. Like, no.
Since you don't understand.
We have social media, we have all these extra things. We gotta look a certain way, act a certain way.
Annalise, we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that yet. That's another video.
I'm about to say, not saying that we partake in peer pressure, but peer pressure has gotten worse with this generation and stuff like that.
It definitely has.
When our parents was going through school, like peer pressure has gotten way worse. Not saying that we indulge in it.
We're gonna talk about next video.
Oh yeah. Look at Jacob.
No relationships.
Don't put that little thing that be like no smoking, because I don't smoke at all. I do not or drink. I'm like the boring parent at the parties. But yeah.
Next video, can we talk about people calling you boring? I'm mad. Cut that out.
I just want to end the video now.
Oh, we need an outro.
I am. Just make sure you cut off what she said about what we're gonna talk about in the next video. But all right, guys, so that's it for our 5 cups of tea. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on that bell so you receive notifications every time we upload a new video. Make sure you comment down below what you want us to speak about next, or if you want us to speak more on the subjects that we spoke about today.
And if you want to be a guest on the show, comment that too. Like,
period. Yes, we love having guests. We're gonna start having guests as well. So y'all can also chime in on the conversation with us in real time. So just let us know. And yeah, y'all sip on y'all tea and y'all just let it be. Period.
Bye, guys.
Bye.